submit to you all that if this is the conversation you intend to have and the script you intend to read for the next 4 years, you are going to continue to get politically punished by the American people who are desperate to look into the future and not continue to wring hands about the only person. I'm sorry.
That's right. Listen, if you're going to continue to do this, you're going to keep losing. It's tough love. We're just telling you, listen, we love you. Even though you're a crazy lefty, we love you. I mean, stop being crazy. You can still, actually, stop being a lefty too. Stop being crazy and a lefty. Just stop. But you can't keep doing this. If you're going to keep bringing up J6 and you keep talking about all of these things and Chuck Schumer today talking about presidential pardons and J6 and do you really want to go there? Yeah, he did. You keep talking about this, you're going to keep losing. Go right ahead. It's tough love. By the way, speaking of which, coming up in just a couple of minutes, we are going to have a pretty deep conversation with someone who knows a little bit about January 6th and what took place and what happened to them specifically and how they were a beneficiary of the president's pardons and what happened to them on January 6th. Stay where you are. We've got quite the conversation coming up.
You're listening to Florida's Voice with Drew Steele.
It's 4 a.m., Monday, and you're literally sucking baby snot through a tube because she's congested. Man, that's love. And if you love her that much, love her enough to make sure she's buckled in the right car seat. To make sure your child's in the right seat for their age and size, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. You let him try violin because you love him. And if you love him that much, love him enough to make sure he's buckled up and in the back seat. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way. My kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org.
All right, anytime you want to watch the program at FL Voice News, YouTube, Rumble X, and Facebook, we always appreciate that. And anytime you want to listen, wherever you are 24/7, even when you miss the program, at drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. You can go there anytime you like. This is Florida's Voice.
You're listening to Florida's Voice with Drew Steele. Florida's Voice with Drew Steele.
Congratulations on your show. Congratulations on your new show. Big deal, huh?
That's why shows like yours are so important.
We have an independent county-elected sheriff that's the head of law enforcement in Jacksonville/Duval County. And I know how to work toward making this city safe.
We can't be shy about speaking on things such as faith and politics. We have to remember, in a free society, the public square belongs to all of us.
I'm not interested in North Florida looking like Orlando or Miami. I love where we live, but I think that good jobs means that people that live in this district can stay in this district.
Fishing and hunting is funding a large part of your conservation projects in Florida, and we want to make sure that those are forever preserved.
And the problem with this industry at this point is that they actually target our youth. You can see it in their marketing strategies, where it's bright colors, fun names.
And that's going to be endlessly litigated.
Florida's Voice with Drew Steele.
Hey, it's Drew Steele with an offer that can help steer your retirement in the right direction. Look, we're going to navigate the turbulent waters of 24 with this financial uncertainties and shifting tides. Having expert guidance is more crucial than ever, and that's where my good friend Alfie Townsend comes in. As Southwest Florida's certified financial planner professional, Alfie brings expert knowledge and insight. His latest book, Making Waves in Retirement, isn't just a guide. It's your navigational compass for mastering the financial seas. With decades of experience, Alfie has crafted a powerful roadmap to help you chart your course and make impactful waves in your retirement. Look, for a limited time, you can claim your free copy of this valuable guide. That's right, no cost. This book is more than just pages. It's your blueprint for a prosperous and fulfilling retirement. Don't let this opportunity drift by. Text book to 239-747-1080. That's book to 239-747-1080. Look, secure your free copy today. Let's make 24 the year you confidently navigate towards a brighter financial future. Text book to 239-747-1080.
I've been dipping snuff for well over 30 years. You know, I could wake up in the morning and have a weird lump in my gums. Guess it's like playing Russian roulette, really. I would love grandchildren. And if by quitting it extends my life some, I would gladly lay it down.
Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com to find free resources to help you quit your way.
Today, push harder, push forward, push vigorously.
There are things that I am hiding from people that I'm trying to inspire.
You can do whatever you set your mind to.
I feel like a hypocrite a lot of the times.
Don't give up on yourself ever.
Smoking, I hide it because I'm ashamed of it. I want to get out of the shadow. I want to show people there is light away from the darkness. I am going to quit.
Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com to find free resources to help you quit your way.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months, and whose daughter is due any day. We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. We're with all service members and their families who need community, connection, and maybe a bit of magic. Are you with them? Learn more at USO.org today. We're with Liam after his 4th military move, when being new is starting to get old. We're with Tara during the holidays, when she misses home the most. We're with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, and a home away from home. Are you with them? Learn more at USO.org today.
It's always a good day when you hear from TJ Meister from the Floor Meisters in Naples, 6281 Naples Boulevard, 239-596-4964. All right, let's see what's going on with TJ today. How are you, TJ?
I'm doing well, thank you, Drew. It's good to hear you on the radio.
Thanks, TJ. Appreciate it. All right, Floor Meisters, what do we got going on?
Well, we're just keeping up with the demand for CORTEC. Just had to order a truck and bring it in from the west coast of the United States to keep up with all the needs and wants of the people of Southwest Florida. Somebody doesn't have it, give me a call. I probably do.
Why do people love CORTEC so much?
Well, it's waterproof, kid-proof, pet-proof. So if you got a pool, no problem. If you got a dog, no problem. If you got a husband that spills, no problem.
You got to call the Floor Meisters in Naples. What do you need? Tile, carpet, CORTEC, 6281 Naples Boulevard in Naples, 596-4964. Give them a call, 596-4964 for the Floor Meisters.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do.
Thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there helping keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for your support for veterans in the military. Educating us. Standing up for conservatism. Giving us the truth.
Florida's Voice with Drew Steele.
Well, hey, everybody. Glad you're joining us today on Florida's Voice. My name is Drew Steele. Big D is on the other side of the glass. We got Nina on the breaking news desk. Well, she's not on it. She's actually sitting in front of it. If she was on the desk, I'd say, get off the desk! Because we don't do that around here. We don't have people standing on desks. Enough of that. Off the desk. Anytime you want to watch FL Voice News on YouTube, Rumble, X, and Facebook. Coming up, we're going to talk a little bit about some of what's happening with the flurry of executive actions that the president has issued on the first day back in the White House, withdrawing from the World Health Organization. Oh, no, what about that? What are people saying about that? We're going to talk about that coming up. And also, listen, yesterday, here's what you know. You know that if you're listening to this program from 3 to 6 p.m. each and every day, we thank you for listening and watching, that throughout the program, you are going to get breaking news. Sometimes you'll know there's breaking news by the breaking news sounder.
Bing, bing, bong, bong, bing, bing, bing.
Yeah, that's my breaking news sounder. I like it, and I know Big D hates it. Big D, you still hate it, right? You still hate the breaking news sounder? Are you?
Absolutely.
No?
Trying to get rid of it.
All right, trying to get me to get rid of it. Sometimes you'll hear the breaking news sounders. Sometimes it just comes along and I see it and I talk about it. And yesterday we talked about Elon Musk and this Nazi salute that he supposedly made. He didn't. Well, you knew that if there was Nazi in the name someplace and the thought process on the left that they were going to bring it up again today. And oh boy, did they. And they did it on Capitol Hill during the confirmation hearing for UN ambassador. And we're going to play some of the audio because it's absolutely ridiculous. Like they can't help themselves. All right. So in the meantime, what else is going on here in the state of Florida? What's going on with medicinal marijuana, recreational marijuana? I don't know what's going on with marijuana. Nick Garlay is joining us right now on Florida's Voice, and that's a weird segue into a moment hanging out with him. So I'm sorry, Nick. That's how I'm segging into you. How are you?
I don't think you can do it wrong, Drew. You're such a rock star. I'm doing great, buddy. How are you?
We're okay. We're all right.
Definitely feeling a little sense of reassurance now that Trump has come back into office, and very welcomed, and looking forward to all the changes that are coming our way. So it's going to be amazing to watch, and I think this is definitely the golden era of our lifetime.
So tell me more. Like, what do you think? Like, what do you see that excites you, that you're feeling good about with business and the like?
Well, I mean, not necessarily pertaining to my business, but I think Trump is obviously friendly to medical marijuana. He endorsed Amendment 3 for this last kind of failing of where it was on the ballot. But, I think that he's friendly to it. I think that RFK coming into office is obviously friendly to it as well as with psychedelics and psilocybin. So there's definitely a lot of red tape that I think will be kind of plowed right through with this administration. So I think we're going to reschedule marijuana for sure. Again, we've been in medical marijuana. We've been in the trenches, flew up to Washington, D.C. to present for the DEA. We were invited and then uninvited. So it was a kind of a quasi weird transition there, but a lot of prohibitionists that were in that courtroom for this rescheduling of marijuana, medical marijuana. But I do think that we're going to see either a Schedule 3, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's going to be something, or we're going to see a descheduling of medical marijuana at least, which will be very exciting for anybody who is involved. And then we'll have the State Banking Act that will come into play, where the dispensaries or anybody who's involved in the medical or marijuana space in general will be able to bank and deposit their funds without being debanked, which has happened to me 3 times. So very familiar with that whole status. Had my bank account seized 3 times and was a lot to get them unfrozen. One is still frozen, actually. So, yeah.
So maybe for those that don't know, because you threw a lot out there, and I think for most people, they're not really sure what that means. Like, what does Schedule D mean? What is rescheduling? Maybe you can explain a little bit of that for everybody.
Sure. Schedule 3. Sorry, I don't know if I said D or Schedule 3, but
you probably said 3. It's my, I've been wearing headphones for 40 years. It's after a while, it's just a D and a 3. They all sound the same.
Yeah. Yeah. So right now, marijuana is a Schedule 1 drug, meaning it has no medicinal benefits whatsoever or no medicinal value. It is up there with heroin, LSD, ecstasy. Rescheduling it to Schedule 3 will take it off of the Schedule 1 list, which would basically federally legalize the medical marijuana, where doctors could prescribe it, where they would no longer be committing a federal crime by recommending marijuana, and anybody who's involved in the marijuana or medical marijuana space won't be violating federal law. Right now, it's still a federally illegal substance, but we do have states' rights where there's 38, 40. I can't even keep up because they're so rapidly changing, but between 38, 40 recreational states now across the country that have gone recreational, but they are still in violation of federal law. So we almost passed recreational marijuana here in the state of Florida. Wasn't necessarily the right bill to do it, hence why Governor DeSantis fought it so vigilantly. And I think that, you know, I don't know if I thought we were going to talk about this, but I guess we will now. Sure. They have Smart and Safe has reintroduced Amendment 3. I don't know if you saw that. It's going to be on the ballot potentially for 2026, which is going to be a midterm election. Not sure the strategy there, but I'm sure there are, people that are going to be interested in watching that bill. They did change some of the language a little bit to where it's going to appease some of the public smoking, where they made it explicit that they will not be able to smoke in public. But it is still a constitutional amendment, and they still are amending the constitutional amendment that we already passed for medical marijuana here in the state of Florida. So amending it and stepping on the heads of the patients who have been funding these dispensaries for the past 8 years to pass recreational, in my opinion, is not really the best strategy. But, who am I? I'm just a guy that's trying to help medical marijuana patients.
Who cares? That seems so disingenuous to me personally. I'm just speaking because what are you saying? That how could you even do that? How could you not have people smoke in public places? So you're only going to smoke in your house? Like, is that it? And then you're going to smoke in a restaurant? But people don't want you smoking in the restaurant. So it seems like that. I don't know why they're doing that as if to say that's the solution. Dare I say, if you're a recreational smoker, I can't think of one single person that would be like, yeah, I'm good with that. I won't smoke outside or in a public area. Like, nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to get behind that.
Yeah, it's a little disheartening and almost like a bait and switch, but we'll see how that plays out. I mean, it is still a constitutional amendment. So,
right.
People are going to be violating another person's constitutional
right. How can you have a constitutional right to smoke it, but you can't smoke it in public? Like, how are you gonna write, square that circle or circle that square or whatever it is? So
if you're a constitutional attorney, you're gonna beat that up pretty good and have fun with it.
Nick, listen, it's almost as if, and I'll say this is just me speaking, it's almost as if you put it in there as if people will be like, okay, and then once it passes, you just fight it with every lawyer you've got and say, you can't do this, you can't. It's a constitutional, it's almost like they want it to go through. It's like for me, it's almost like a Nancy Pelosi, you got to pass it before you can find out what's in it. You got to do it, right? And then once you do it, it's like, oh, then all the lawyers come out and it's like, oh, no, you can't do this. It's a constitutional right. Hold on. Yeah, there's that aspect of it too.
I just wish we could really harp on the medical program and the success that medical patients are having and utilize that as the passageway for recreational, but making sure that they stay separate, where the medical patients can still go to medical practitioners like us, right? And then the recreational users can go to the recreational places, and they're not kind of meshed together because there is arguments from both sides, right? You mentioned going and finding, and I know you were kind of light-footed there, but let's just say as a scenario where you have a sick relative and they can't, get their medical marijuana card because they're 90 and they're, debilitated in a wheelchair, right? So you're going to go to the street and find marijuana products to buy or in one of these stores and then bring it back in hopes that it's going to work. Well, now you're committing a crime, and then you're buying illegal tainted products. So, I mean, that there's an argument there that, it shouldn't be illegal to be able to do that, especially if you're going to help somebody who's sick. But then on the other hand too, is that person should be going through an educated source or an educated platform to where they can learn about, hey, grandma's probably not going to smoke a joint, and if you give her this edible, it's going to be uncontrolled. So why not neutralize it with CBD? So there's a lot of different, kind of angles, and it gets meshed together, and it's very confusing. But I'll get on the bandwagon and support both if we can keep them separate, completely separate, because medical patients don't need to be taking advice from people that say smoke this stuff, it's the dank.
Yeah. Nick Garrelay is the CEO of My Florida Green. By the way, if people want to go find out more about My Florida Green, you go to myfloridagreen.com. That's right, isn't it? Is that?
Yeah, myfloridagreen.com if you want to sign up to be a marijuana patient. Also, if you are an existing medical marijuana patient here in the state of Florida, there's almost 1 million of them. We just released our app called the Doc app. It's THEDOCAPP. If you're an existing medical marijuana patient, you can go on, you can download the app, you can have access to all the features that our patients have, and keep your existing certifying physician. We're going to open it up for the physicians to use as well for the EMR. So we're really looking forward to really opening up all of the efforts we've invested here in the past 8 years. So, and again, it's an honor to be on this show, Drew. You guys are doing a great job.
All right, Nick, I appreciate you. We'll see you soon. Okay. All the best. God bless. Okay.
Thanks.
There he goes. All right. That is Nick Garrelay joining us on Florida's Voice. You know, this just popped up on my feed. I forgot about this to talk about this right away. North Florida residents from Pensacola to Jacksonville bracing for what is expected to be a historic once-in-a-lifetime winter storm, record-breaking single-digit temps, and an unprecedented 6 inches of snow in some areas. I can't even believe it. This is part of the story that I was talking about earlier when, you know, the governor was talking about, I think my kids, something like they'll remember 40 years from now. He set a record. People remember 2025, 5 inches. It's not going to be sustained 5 to 6 inches, but it could hit that in certain areas. And just to imagine that we're going to see that snow level. And, of course, you know, making sure that you let people know that all around the Gulf of America, see what I did there, that they're going to watch this and the roads, FDOT, and it's like, hey, do we still have that? Do we have something with sand? Do we have something we can put on the roads? No, it's not typically something you have. So just getting ready for that. Also, something else that people are gearing up for is going to be what looks like, and I'll say it, the mis and disinformation that is going to continue thanks to the left, the media, Democrats, all the same thing. Just prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. They continue to do this. And the longer they continue to do this, the more they're going to find that people are going to reject them in a lot of different ways. For example, I wonder what people think when yesterday we played the audio of, I think it was MSNBC. It was either ABC, MSNBC, CNN, CBS, ABC, Washington Post. All the same, it doesn't matter. Melting down because they felt like they saw, or they think they saw, or hey, was that a Heil Hitler Nazi salute going on there by Elon Musk at the arena yesterday, the inaugural celebration in the what was it, Capital One, I think, arena, whichever one it was. And is that what he was doing? And then, of course, we had to explain that he was putting his hand up to his heart and throwing out his heart to the audience to say thank you and even play the audio.
Thank you. My heart goes out to you.
Thank you. My heart goes out to you. He slams his hand on his chest and puts his hand out to say thank you. My heart that's here goes out to you. And then you have the choice. You can either say, you know what? This whole fake news media thing hasn't been working real well for us. As a matter of fact, I think there's a big part of the population that kind of gravitated toward Trump because of what we did, and maybe we need to scale it back a little bit. Or you go full throat, straight ahead, right into it. It's like, whoo, we've got another one. And the media did that all day today. And then you have Senate Democrat Chris Murphy, who wanted to get in on the act, while you're having the confirmation hearing of the UN, UN ambassador, Elise Stefanik. I mean, is the choice for UN ambassador. Confirmation hearing, UN ambassador, and then here comes Elon Musk and the what?
What do you think of
what?
Elon Musk, perhaps the president's most visible advisor, doing 2 Heil Hitler salutes last night at the president's televised rally?
I don't see no stinking Nazis in here.
That's right. Where do you go with that? He didn't.
No, Elon Musk did not do those